turn the lights out, Don, will you? Lock it up.
Look at you. Look at you becoming. You are a pinball wizard now.
Okay, it is 7 p.m. At this time, we are going to open the regularly scheduled meeting for November 25th of the Orion Township Zoning Board of Appeals. Call roll, please. I'm
Dan
sorry.
Durham,
Here.
Don Walker.
Here.
Mike Flood.
Here.
Tony Cook.
Here.
Diane Demaskis here. Quorum is present.
Thank you. Next up, we have the minutes from our previous meeting. Does anyone have any concerns or discussions or corrections?
Move the minutes be accepted as presented.
I'll offer support, so we have a motion on the floor with support to accept the minutes as presented. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Seeing none, we're good there. Next, we have one agenda item tonight. And before we open the door and get started with that, does any of the board members have any concerns with this one?
Nope.
Move to approve the agenda.
I'll support that.
We have a motion on the floor and support. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? None. We're ready to go. First case, AB 2025-36, Orion Crossing LLC, Oxford Bank at 1115 South Lapeer Road, Sidwell 09-14-226-004. Petitioner is seeking two variances from zoning ordinance 78, number 153, zoned GB, section 7, ground and wall signs in a non-residential zoned area. Number one is an 8.33 square foot size variance from the allowed 40 square foot for a ground sign to be 48.33 square feet. And number two is a 21.2 foot road right-of-way setback variance from the required 30 feet for a ground sign to be 8.8 feet from the roadway. Come on up, please. Introduce yourself.
I'm Nick Baldwin with the applicant Orion Crossings.
I am going to turn, I believe Mr. Flood is just loaded with questions he wants. So he did the background on it from there, I can tell. So, Mr. Flood.
I saw your application when you said you had no application for variances, previous variances.
Regarding the sign, yeah, we have multiple variances on the property itself, yes.
Well, you contacted our got the letter here somewhere. Lynn, here, I got it right here, yeah. And I'll read you the letter. This is Lynn, our specialist at planning. If my memory serves me correctly, sometime in the past year or two, they came before the ZBA and were granted some kind of variances. Not exactly sure if they applied for this signage at that time, but I distinctly remember discussing it. And then Lynn came back this morning and went, wow, great memory. Yes, they did request a variance in 2021 for a road right-of-way setback, and another one in 2022 for the size electronic message center with a ground sign. Both were granted, but you never pulled the permits, and the applicant requests to let the variances expire, which are only good for a year. So just want to get it on record that you may not be aware, but 4 years ago, it did come before.
Got it. Okay. Yep, that's our mistake.
That's why we try to do our due diligence. Well, my main question is, much difference than what you did before, do you remember?
I'm sorry, do I remember before what we? No,
Yeah.
I do not, no.
Okay, yeah, because they didn't provide us that information either.
Got it, okay.
That was my questions.
Could you tell us what you'd like to do, please?
Yeah, the first variance is for the roughly 20% more of a take for square footage of the sign. That 40 square feet is based on a sign over 6 feet. Our sign is 74 inches to the top. We really are just trying to get more brand visibility for our tenants that are going to be occupying the space. As you guys are aware of that area, it's a very quick area where people are driving fairly fast unless it's when school's let out and it's bumper to bumper for, 2 hours. So the general pace of travel there is fairly fast. We just wanted to make sure that the businesses there, especially Oxford Bank, who's our tenant, our anchor tenant for this project, having their sign, well represented, their current sign is huge. I'm sure you guys are aware. It's very tall, it's very large. They're used to being a staple landmark on this road, so we were doing our best efforts to try and keep that. The second variance is for the distance to the right-of-way. Right now, we're trying, it's placed at 8.8 feet from the right-of-way. That's 8.8 feet on our property as well. The right-of-way backs right up to it, obviously. That's due to, we have no other place to put the sign. If you look at our approved site plan, civil drawings, if we were to comply with the ordinance, we'd be moving the sign in the middle of our parking lot. We can't move it more north because we have a restricted one-way in on our south approach and a one-way out on the north approach. So moving it any more north would make it basically, it would have serve no purpose. We can't move it more south due to the trees, shrubs, and our adjacent neighbors, I guess you would call it like his coverage with his plants. It would be very difficult for people to see it as well if it were more south of our entrance. And then we can't move it closer or further back. We really can't move it anywhere else without impeding with our parking lot and other parts of our new development. I know that every variance is case-specific to the property. I'm not using this as a use case, but I would say that by our sign being only 8.8 feet from the right-of-way, it would not cause any harm or disruption to either pedestrians walking on the sidewalk or by cars driving by it. And I would only use it just as an example that our neighbors adjacent to us to the north, Meyer, was granted a variance back, I believe in 2021. They are 0 feet from the right-of-way on their ground sign. Again, everything's different. They have a much larger property. They have way different requirements. I just wanted to bring it to your guys' attention if you were unaware, that's all. So.
Do you know how far your sign will be from the road?
Not offhand, but I would say the green belt right there is about 10 feet, I believe, running the entire along M24. So if we're 8.8 feet, we'd be about 18.8 feet from the road.
Are you building this sign for current tenants or to be able to have space for future tenants also?
It's for current tenants. Right now, the monument sign shows Oxford Bank as our anchor tenant on the left side of the sign, and then the remaining tenants in a like clear backer kind of lit plaque, if you will.
Okay, only because we've seen this many times before. What happens when you get this all set and another tenant comes and wants on? Are you completely filled with the tenants that you have?
No, right now we have 2 confirmed tenants, Oxford Bank obviously being the anchor, and then Qdoba is our south tenant. But the 2 middle tenants have not been finalized. We have LOIs from a number of people interested, but the placard board itself on the ground sign could be easily changed and moved. It won't need to be adjusted in the future to accommodate new tenants.
So we won't catch this in another year that you have 2 additional tenants and need more signage?
No,
Okay, I say that because we have seen it.
I believe it.
Board members?
On the, I'm looking on the sign here. You will have an address on that sign, right?
Correct.
A street address?
Well, the problem is that now that we have 4 tenants, we have 4 separate addresses, and that was due to keeping Oxford Bank at 1115 South Lapeer Road. So that was really, we were accommodating them. So there would not necessarily, if there would be an address on the sign, it would be a range. It would be showing 1115 to, I believe it's 1132 or
I'm
30.
firmly a believer in when you built these new signage that you put an address, because
Sure.
a lot of people are going to use GPS nowadays, right?
Yep.
And they're looking up there for the address, and all of a sudden they go by and, geez, I didn't see an address on that building. I mean,
Especially if there's one address.
it helps a lot, especially when you got like 4 of them in there.
It's a good recommendation, yep.
A lot of times we put that as a condition too, which we can in a motion. We can put that as a condition that, and it helps the fire department too, and police department, emergency vehicles, I guarantee it.
Yep.
I mean, even though you think, oh, they know where the Oxford Bank is at, yeah. you end up
They
in
do not,
Oxford.
yeah.
And if you go by it the wrong direction by one address and have to figure a way to turn around and come back, you've lost significant time
Exactly,
that somebody might not have to
right.
wait.
And that being a one-way road, north and south. You gotta go down to the turnaround, come around, come back. And, Michigan left, put it that way, yeah.
They could pull into Meyer. We do have, the Meyer entrance that's right at the turnaround at, just south of Clarkson Road, where you can go into the Meyer parking lot and that whole plaza. We do have an entrance that's connected on the north.
Are you guys
property.
got a connector there, right?
Yes, yep.
Good,
It's existing and it's gonna remain.
I thought you did. How about the new, Burger King, is that connected in there too?
We have a service drive that's, we have an easement on the backside of our property, on the east side it would be, but it doesn't, Burger King has a do not enter on their side. If you're going south, like towards Burger King.
Right, but
on the
they can use
service
that for
drive.
an emergency entrance too.
Yes, yep, correct.
Exactly.
Yep.
I mean, I know that's what the planning commission is doing now. They're trying to get these interconnected. I hate that when you're driving into a place like that and you think it could go across and you gotta go back out to the main road again, get across at rush hour.
True.
Just a question, thanks.
So on the Burger King sign, is that just happened to be there from when the construction was going on, or they want that to be there? That do not enter, you said?
No, I was just, they have it already. It's not even close to our property. It has nothing to do with our property. It's
Right.
just if you're on the service drive passing Meyer's pharmacy window and you're heading towards Burger King, or like if you're passing the dentist, next to us, it just has signs saying you can't drive into it just because they don't want pedestrian travel driving because their drive-through lane is coming at you.
Gotcha.
So,
Is there any electronic messaging on this board?
no.
And the Oxford existing sign is going away?
Yes, very much, yep.
All of it?
All of it,
Okay.
yes.
Remember, before we talked about that, it would be an improvement to see that sign finally gone, It's-
Fairly gawky, yeah.
Back in the day, that's the way you advertised. Stick them up as high in the air as you can get them. And you will be behind the safety path.
Sorry?
Your signage will be behind the safety path.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
And that's a one-way in there, so there's gonna be no, and when you pull in, that's your entrance only, right? At the
Correct, yep. Our north approach right now is an exit only. So, and our south approach is an entrance only.
Right.
Yep,
It'll have no bearing on line of sight whatsoever because
correct.
you're going out the other end.
Yep.
I saw that on the schematic. Refresh your memory just for a second on your practical difficulty. You were saying, let me look at your chart here. There you go. You had to place it in this position because of all the
Parking requirements, our green space requirements.
green space
Yeah, essentially.
requirement.
Yeah,
If you put it back where it would go, would be in your parking lot or
Yeah.
the service drive, one or the other there.
it'd be in the parking lot.
Yep.
The service drive is, it's on the east side. It's not even through or in our property.
Right.
It's Meyer's service drive. We just there's an existing easement on the property when it was purchased. We don't plan to do anything with that, no.
Just offhand, how's progress going? That could be opened in the
Fantastic.
this winter or something, or?
The plan right now is to have Oxford Bank start their TI probably around February, and then the plan is to have them moved into occupy the space around May, and then we'll finish up the building once that's done. We will have a temp CFO for them, and then we'll be in phase 2 of our project, which will be demoing the west side of the property where Oxford Bank's monument sign is, where their temp trailer is, and then we'll have to install our entire detention system, along with a few other catch basins that were missed, so.
Do that all in the spring.
Yes, sir, yep.
And for the record, we have no public, so we'll have no public. speaking time for this case. We got folks looking at motions. These forms are a little bit more complicated than they seem, so a little bit of patience. You're doing fine.
No problem. Appreciate your guys' time.
How long's that bank been there, remember? Oh, it's been a long time.
I want to say like the 60s, to be
I
honest.
was gonna say-
Even earlier. They have a historic, like a timeline almost with pictures of the original branch. And it was a trailer originally. I don't know if you guys are aware, but it started as a trailer, essentially what they have right now for their temp
It was there
service.
before Kmart,
Yeah, yeah.
because Kmart was in the 70s, I believe.
Yep. I grew up in Lake Orion my entire life, so I very familiar with what it used to be. And yeah, she's come a long way in that area, that's for sure. Sad to see Hollywood go, though. I did enjoy Hollywood Market, so.
And when they built Kmart, you thought that was the sky was falling. First big box here, and I tell you what, it was, people didn't want it. Oh, yeah, they were anti-business here at one time, big time.
Yep. Oh, I hear, my grandpa lived here his entire life, so Keatington, so he definitely
Yeah,
spoke
oh,
his
yeah.
mind about that as well.
The Ginger brothers loved it when you guys built Keatington, because it made them a lot of money at the hardware. Before Home Depot and all this other stuff. I worked back there in the 60s in high school,
Really?
first built the subdivision.
Yeah. Well, the only thing there was the Orion Commons were like Kroger's and everything, right? Like there was all,
Wasn't there.
wasn't even there, no.
Newmeyer's was there next to the hardware, by the gas station right there. That was all that was in there.
Wow.
There was nothing else out there. That was,
But here's the only question I have. Are you old enough to remember the submarine sandwiches from Kmart?
I don't think I am, no. They used to serve food there?
that's a good one.
They served food there.
Really?
The best submarine sandwiches known to mankind, three for $1.
Oh, my God.
Good old days, right?
Good old days.
Wow. That's like the Home Depot hot dogs, and they just brought back, they built an entire, small hot dog stand, I guess you would, outside of it. It's very cool to see that.
I have information, however, I am impaired because I don't have my glasses. I hope I wrote this well.
Would you like to borrow mine?
Yeah. I can see all of you.
If you look through my trifocals, you thought you go blind. You go, oh. You guys are readers?
Pass those
Hoping that when I.
I mean,
look
they're
at
very
it,
strong.
I'm hoping that I wrote what I thought I wrote.
Okay. They're from the dollar store, so they'll.
Hey, I
work.
have those all over
work
my
good.
house.
Except you don't have one pair here, right?
Yeah. All right,
5 in the car, 3 at home.
Mr. Chair, I'm prepared to make a motion.
They work.
Mr. Naskis, please.
In the
We
matter
have
of
a motion.
ZBA case AB 2025-36, Orion Crossing LLC, Oxford Bank, 115 Southwood Pier Road, Sidwell 0914-226-004. I move that the petitioner's request for 2 variances from zoning ordinance number 153, zone GB, section 7, ground and wall sign in non-residential zoned areas. Number 1, an 8.33 square foot size variance from the allowed 40 square feet for a ground sign to be 48.3 square feet. 2, a 21.2 feet road right-of-way setback variance from the required 30 feet for a ground sign to be 8.8 feet from the road right-of-way. Be granted for the site plan, page, date, stamp, received October 8, 2025, and sign rendering page, date, stamp, received October 16, 2025. Because the petitioner did demonstrate the following standards for variances have been met in this case, and that they set forth the
On this
following
one.
from which show that in this case, petitioner does show a practical difficulty. The property in which the sign is to be placed has a current parking lot and building. To place the sign any farther back would involve putting it in the middle of the parking lot or too close to the building. And there are no other options north or south of the building for placement of the sign. The following are exceptional or extraordinary circumstances or conditions applicable to the property involved that do not generally apply to other properties. Because of the green space requirements, the requirements for parking, this is the only reasonable placement for the sign. The variance is necessary for the preservation and enjoyment of substantial property right possessed by other properties in the same zone or facility. This is having a strategically placed sign is imperative for commercial enterprises, and this sign will meet the needs of this business. The increase in size is due to the fact that this will not only advertise Oxford Bank, but 3 other tenants as well, so the additional size is needed. The granting of the variance or modification will not be materially detrimental to the public welfare or materially injurious to the property or to improvements, excuse me. It's not my night.
You're gonna have to confiscate that phone.
I know.
That's
Please do.
That's our 7:21 chime.
Time to go.
Will not be materially injurious to the property or to improvements in such zone or district in which the property is located. It will not impair view from the street. It will not be in any way interrupting the people who are using the walking path. It will accommodate the high volume of fast-moving traffic that is on M24. The variance was not self-created.
I'll second the motion that the motion maker would consider amending the motion. The variance is not self-created due to the unique location of the property along M24
Okay.
or Lapeer Road there.
Yep.
And also conditions that the existing signage, the old signage and everything, will be removed from the property when these new signs are installed.
No problem.
And also to at least get some type of an address number on the sign, anywhere along there, a listing of what the address is there.
No problem.
I accept that
That's my
amendment.
second.
We have a motion on the floor by Mrs. Danaskis, second with amendments that have been accepted by Mr. Flood. Anything additional by the remaining board members? Seeing none, please call the roll.
Tony Cook.
Yes.
Diane Danaskis, yes. Don Walker, excuse me. Yes?
Dan, my brother?
I took your
Yes.
glasses off. Mike Flood.
Yes.
Dan Durham.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Motion passes, you're good to go.
Thank you for your time.
Good luck.
Thank you for your glasses.
Next up, 2025 P&Z Team Profession Development Retreat Training Verbal Report. A couple of you had made mention that you might have a statement you'd like to make on this piece of the program, so please step up.
Go ahead, Don.
Yeah, as you know, some of us were at the MTA, whatever it was called. And lots of information was provided. And what I thought when I was listening to it wasn't going to affect us at all. And that was that the solar grids, the energy grids, because of our township is so full that it seemed to me that these grids took up acres and acres and acres of land. But apparently, since that they put that idea in my head, I've been following in the news, in the papers, in Salem Township has got a big issue with this right now.
Yeah.
So it's something that we've got to pay attention to, because it's a very hot ticket item, let's put it that way. People feel very strongly on both sides of this. And so I was glad that we attended that, for that information, if for nothing else.
I agree. It was new information for me because I really never have done any research on it, but I know it's a huge issue for a lot of the counties northeast of, going up towards Saginaw in that area, that it's a huge issue for them, and who knows if it will become an issue for us. For one of the things that I observed at this conference, and the last one that I went to, which was just a day conference, we don't have much opportunity to interact with anybody from any other townships. And I think it would be helpful if some of the sessions, it's good to be with your team, but if some of the sessions paired us with other people in other areas so that we have an idea of how others deal, what problems are they dealing with, how do they handle them, to get some other feedback from our colleagues in other areas.
I think that's a great idea.
Anything further? Next up, we have the 2026 ZBA adopted meeting dates. Does this require a motion to get in, or has it already been approved to the max?
This is a receive and file.
Okay, so
Township Board approved them.
all right, so we're good with that.
Receive and file, yeah.
Okay, public comments, we have no public. Communications, committee reports, anybody have anything additional?
We got something we missed last meeting, and I brought it. We've done numerous amendments. Planning and zoning, Tammy and the Planning and Zoning Department are doing a great job, and Don's well aware of this with the Planning Commission. They're trying to update a lot of the stuff in the ordinances. And they're helping the ZBA out. It was in their packet last time. And you could probably get Lynn to send these back out to us if you want. They did a text amendment for these pole barns.
Yes.
Right now, it's 2.5 acres is where it stops. They finally, they got 2 additional categories, over 5 acres to 10 acres and over 10 acres. So that should help us tremendously with these big lots, having to come in and get a variance on a 5-acre parcel or a 10-acre parcel. So, well, this thing planning and zoning for being on top of that, this already been taken care of, it's already amended in our ordinance.
Because every time I think there can't be any more of those lots, 2 or 3 more roll in, so it's nice to have something that might be able to deal with them.
Exactly.
Member comments? Anybody? Walker?
Thank you to everybody who bid on the library holiday auction baskets. I haven't seen the final numbers, but I think it was a very successful auction this year. And thanks to all of you who have chosen to support the library.
Good cause, good, yes, strong library. With as much being online as it is now, it always is pleasant to see a library hanging in and doing what they've always done. Okay, if nobody has anything additional, we'll take a motion to adjourn.
I'll move to adjourn.
I'll support, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, we're done.